If you've heard people talk about the Akashic Records and thought, okay, I get it, but what are they really? Where are they? What happens when you open them? And how do you know you're not simply making up the whole thing? And that's what I want to clear up for us today. And by the end of this episode, I want you to have a grounded understanding of what the Akashic Records are, how you can come into contact with them, and why accessing them may be much more natural than you think. Welcome to the Soul to Earth podcast. This is a topic that I get asked regularly about the Akashic Records. What are they? Why would you want to work in them? I've tried to work in them before, but I wasn't sure if I was in them. And so I hope to demystify the Akashic Records and to make them feel familiar to you, so as you go forward and decide to explore them yourself, which I really hope you do, you feel natural, comfortable, and you understand what you're coming into contact with and feel as though it's something that you would like to explore. A lot of people refer to the Akashic Records as a literal library. And while I have gone into the records and seen a library, and also a lot of my clients and students have experienced a library, not everyone has that same experience. And today, rather than seeing it as a library and something fixed, I really want you to think of it as a field of information, as something that you tune into, much like a radio station or a television channel. And what you experience there will be completely unique for you in that moment. Because the Akashic Records are a field of consciousness. They are the information that contains every single moment that you've ever recorded in all of your lifetimes in history. And it is not something that you will visualize and see necessarily. It's as though you are moving your attention into a place and a field of information that is really expansive, but doesn't have form. And so that's why it's good, as much as you can, to be as open as you can to what your experience will be like. The records contain information connected to your soul and its experiences, present life experiences, and patterns. It also contains information about your past lives, relationships, and connections with other people, ancestral and inherited patterns, gifts, abilities, and areas of development. And within the energy or the awareness of the Akashic Records, we're also able to make a lot of incredible transformational changes within our own lives. And let me explain that to you a little bit more clearly. The Akashic Records exist beyond time and space. A lot of people believe that they're in the fifth dimension. I tend to agree with that description. And so if you can imagine a place or a frequency or an energy that exists beyond time and space, you're really going back to the root of what makes things begin to come down into the physical realm. So if you're going back to a root cause of an issue or a problem, or you want to discover the truth about something, you want to go back to the place where likely it formed and began. And many people believe that that realm or that plane is the Akashic Records. 7 years ago, when I was led to go into the Akashic Records on a consistent basis, I did not know what to expect. I knew that it was going to be an experience that was going to give me clarity, information, and insight. And so when I went into the Akashic Records the first time, I was really surprised because I didn't see a library. There weren't any steps that led me there. What I experienced was that I moved from the place where I was meditating on my bed, slowly moving through what I believe was a corridor of light. And then a big, large opening was presented in front of me. And there is where I saw a group of what I like to describe as light beings. I believe now they were galactic beings. At the time, I didn't have any terminology for who they were. I just knew that they felt very loving, very clear, very intelligent, and they spoke to me telepathically. And so my experience was not of a library. It wasn't of opening a book. However, when I entered in, the energy was so healing and transformational. And without a lot of words being shared between us, I felt this enormous knowing, a familiarity of being there before, but also the ability and the potential for going into this place. It felt as though I could come in with my burdens, with my emotions, with my questions, and arrive there and have clarity be given to me, and to feel a sense of lightness, to feel a sense of healing, and a sense of life direction. And that's exactly what it provided for me. And every time I went back into the Akashic Records, I experienced something different. I came across past lives. I learned of skills that I had that I've since incorporated into my healing practice. I was able to connect with archangels, ascended masters, and also learn a lot about my soul's history. And through the experience of interacting and connecting with the energy of the records, it presented me with a direct experience of being able to get to the root cause of many of the things that I struggled with. And I brought that information back into the sessions that I did with students and clients. And so if you can imagine that you have questions about your life purpose, that you want to understand the root cause of some of your fears, your inner struggles, karmic patterns, and things that keep repeating themselves over and over. Going into the Akashic Records, you're able to go to the source point beyond time and space where that energy of healing and transformation is located. And so beyond the image of a library, you're able to go into this location with some very simple steps and come into contact with that essence vibration, the energy that just shifts you into a higher state of awareness. What does accessing the Akashic Records feel like? It is different for every single student and client that I've ever had, but let's bring this down to earth because this is where people tend to make it much more mysterious than it needs to be. When you enter into the Akashic Records, you may not feel as though you've suddenly entered into another dimension. Information can arrive in a very gentle, subtle way. You may see images. You may hear words or phrases internally. You'll come into contact with different guides, and your experience with them will be different. Sometimes you might just sense them. Sometimes you may see them. Sometimes you may hear them, feel them, or just know they're there. Memories may surface. Symbols may surface. You may notice a shift in the energy. One piece of information can lead to another. Your strongest intuitive abilities often influence how you experience the records. So if you are someone that gets a lot of images, chances are when you enter into the Akashic Records, you will receive a lot of imagery. Two people can open up their Akashic Records and experience them very differently. Learning and understanding your own language within the records is part of the process. And this is what I teach in all of my Akashic Records classes. So spiritual information often arrives through the same internal senses that we use every single day. Clairvoyance is the ability to see in your mind's eye. Clairaudience may sound similar to your internal voice. Claircognizance can simply feel like an inner knowing or a gut inner knowing. Clairsentience may register as a physical or emotional sensation. Because everyone is different and experiences things different, When you go into the Akashic Records, likely you'll have a combination of one or two of these, or even all of them. As with any psychic or intuitive experience, people often expect something dramatic or larger than life. And the expectation of a supernatural experience can actually cause us to miss the subtle experiences that are already happening. And that's where it's really important to use our discernment. And this develops through practice. And I always tell my students that adjusting your expectations, being grounded, being open, and being patient are the things that are going to take you the furthest in any type of spiritual or intuitive development. And that certainly also encompasses the Akashic Records work. So trust is built through experience rather than forcing yourself to believe everything you receive. How can you prepare to enter your Akashic Records? I have a guide in the description below for learning how to open up your Akashic Records. And also, I love teaching students how to work in their Akashic Records. If you're interested in registering for my upcoming fall classes, I would love to have you. The framework of opening your Akashic Records is always the same, and you can do this in different settings. The main thing is you want to set aside at least 20 minutes to go into your records. You want to set your intention to go into the Akashic Records. You want to go through the process of opening your records, and we do this by saying an Akashic Records opening prayer. There are different prayers that you can find online. You want to just find the one that resonates the most for you. After you've said the prayer, your records will then open. You just want to observe what you're noticing. How do you feel? What shifts have arrived for you? Are you seeing anything? Your guides are always in the Akashic Records. Being able to connect with them usually is a key point that happens. When we go into the Akashic Records, we are relying upon the wisdom of the Akashic Records guides and our higher self and spirit to bring us the experience or the information that we need in that given moment. Take your time at this point. Feel into what your experience is. Don't rush it. When you feel the experience is complete, you'll know things are going to start to slow down and shift. Then you want to close the records with the closing prayer. As with any simple spiritual practice, the things that have helped me the most over time is consistency. Consistency and releasing the expectations about what my own practice in the Akashic Records looks like. So for me, I can go in for 10 minutes a few times a week and get what it is I need. If I have more time to experience the records, then I do that. I go into the Akashic Records when I'm going for a walk, when I am journaling, before bed. I love to do it when I'm taking a shower because you really are just shifting your energy into this vibration, into this consciousness. The Akashic Records is one of the most healing experiences that you can have while you're in a body. Spending as much time as you can coming into contact with them will improve things greatly in different areas of your life. If you're interested in working in the Akashic Records, I'd love to have you in my class this fall. Feel free to check out the description in the show notes. We'll see you in the next episode.